Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're having a good day and, well, it's not raining. So every little day, that's a slight improvement. Closer to the summer or the spring even. We've got the winger edition. I talked about yesterday's video being centred around other positions. I said, look, another one's coming about the wingers. This is it. Apologies I didn't upload yesterday evening. Got carried away. But yeah, the winger edition. So we're going to talk a little bit around Pedro Neto and his attitude towards Spurs, as well as Bryan Gil's attitude towards Spurs. It's a bit of an attitude one. It's a winger edition, it's an attitude edition. So plenty to talk about. Also going to have a video coming out a little bit later on, okay? A little bit of centre-half talk in that one. There's more, don't worry. And hopefully find out Mickey van der Ven's injury situation today, ideally. But we shall see. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And yeah, let me start with Pedro Neto. And look, we know that we're interested in Pedro Neto. We know we're interested in a marquee winger. Be it a Neto, an Eze, an Nico Williams. Nico Williams is his older brother. Ball knowledge. You're welcome. But looking at this bit of information, potentially Neto not being that guy. So it came from Football Insider, who said that Tottenham have audaciously joined Arsenal and Liverpool in the race to sign Pedro Neto from Wolves. However, the Portuguese has no interest in joining Spurs. That's fine. You're no matter who you are, no matter what club in the world, not every player wants to join you. Trust me. Not Real Madrid, Barca, United, City. Not every player wants to join you. Right? So if that's the case, and I've already kind of swayed anyway to Eberiche Eze as my number one guy. I kind of think I keep calling him Nico Williams. Apologies. Nico Williams. I always kind of feel like he would be the number two purely on the face value. 42.5 million or 70 to 80 million on Neto. I'd rather go 42.5 million for Nico Williams. Nailed it that time. And actually get someone else as well. Angel already talked about, he'd rather not spend 100 million on one guy and get two guys for 50. Well, if we say, why would we get Neto for 80 or 70, 80 million? We get Williams for 42.5. We've got to get someone else. Maybe you get another winger. Maybe Rooney Bargi is that other winger, So I'm not bummed out by this news, if I'm honest. His hamstrings do worry me. I can't lie. He's injured again. We already have Mickey van der Ven potentially having hamstring issues. I'd rather not have another player having hamstring issues. So I'm not as fussed about this one as maybe I would have been a month or two ago. Because that's when he was, killing the league. He was storming it. He was causing issues for every team. I'm not as fussed now. Yeah, it'd be nice to have him. But I think, like I said, my sort of eyes have been drawn to Eberiche Eze, We shall see on that, because he has a market. He has a lot of big clubs interested in him. So we shall see. Yes, we have, contacts with agencies and things like that we use so heavily and that he is obviously affiliated with. But there's also a point where you might go, yeah, but this team's going to pay you a hell of a lot more. Like it's Man City. Would he start week in, week out at Man City? Well, maybe. But they also rotate a lot. Regardless of who you are, they rotate. You've seen De Bruyne on the bench recently. You see, Foden has been someone that's been a mainstay. But that's because they've had so many injuries. Grealish has been injured. Doku's out of form. Bob, it's so weird to say Bob, but he's still a very young player. They obviously let Mahrez go. So actually Foden's been a mainstay on the right wing because they kind of got no one else. Let's talk about Bryan Gil. So it came from Sport Witnesses said that Bryan Gil, Tottenham player, believes Postecoglou does not trust him. Now convinced manager not keen and wants to move. Look, I think it's going to happen regardless. I don't think this season's gone the way that we hoped for Bryan Gil and the way he hoped for himself. I think with Bryan, I've always said he needs 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. People say, well, look at Bernardo Silva. If you actually look at Bernardo Silva, he's not as small as you think he is, okay? Bryan Gil looks like a gust of wind would send him to the cockerel top of the stadium. So for me, it doesn't really work in the Prem. Yes, it would work in Serie A. Probably. Yes, it absolutely works in La Liga. Probably, yeah, it works in Liga and it probably work in the Bundesliga. He's got a great energy and a great attitude. It's just the physicality issue. Trust me, if he could have the Bernardo Silva-esque way of handling physicality, he'd be a Premier League star. Because I do think dribbling ability is all there, work rate's there, attitude's there, you know, link-up play's all there, but he doesn't have the physicality. We've seen it against quite average, fullbacks in the Prem. Not in terms of ability, I just mean like in terms of physical stature, I mean average, who just push him off the ball. Good Lord, when we saw Kyle Walker, who's a little bit more than an average attribute, I thought Bryan Gil was about to get sent to Old Trafford in a push. And I've done the distance between the two. It's not that close. So, sorry, jazz hands again. I know some of you mentioned it, jazz hands, I know. I see him being sold. I see his place pretty much being taken by Timo Werner at this moment. I think Timo's showing something that we don't really have. He's taken a couple of goals recently, which, those things help because the amount of Spurs fans that go, if you're not scoring or assisting, you're a waste of space. Ball knowledge at an absolute finest there. But I think he'll be taken by Timo Werner. What is it, 15 million or whatever it is, the buyout clause. You're probably going to get, the article mentioned about 7 or 8 million for Bryan Gil. You can kind of just put one against the other in theory. There's not a lot between them. You probably sell Sergio Reguilon and Bryan Gil. Boom, there's your Timo Werner money. And I don't hate that, to be honest. This idea that we should have 25 guys in our squad that are world class isn't happening. So we need to get out of that mindset and be a little bit more realistic. But anyway, guys, in the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comment section your thoughts, feelings about the Pedro Neto not wanting Spurs, Bryan Gil not wanting Spurs. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You tell me what you think, thoughts and feelings about those things. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, end the video. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.